In the heart of a busy city, where glass towers kissed the clouds and traffic never slept, lived Ryan Blake, a young millionaire whose name echoed through business circles like a symbol of success. He had everything: money, fame, and a penthouse that overlooked the whole city. But behind that polished image was a man who often stared out the window at night, wondering why everything still felt empty. Just 2 floors below him lived Emma Carter, a simple girl who worked at a small bookstore on the corner. She wasn't rich. Her world was made of paperbacks, coffee cups, and soft music. Every morning, she'd hum a tune while locking her door, unaware that someone upstairs often paused his phone calls just to hear her voice drift through the hallway. One rainy evening, fate decided to cross their paths. Ryan's car broke down near the bookstore. He stepped out, frustrated, drenched, and ready to call his driver, when he heard Emma's voice. "Hey, you okay? You look like you could use a towel more than a phone." She offered him her umbrella, old, torn on one side, but the kind gesture felt warmer than the most expensive suit he had ever worn. They talked for a few minutes, nothing special, just weather and small talk. But something in her eyes felt real in a world where everything else felt fake. Days passed. Ryan started visiting the bookstore, pretending to look for novels he'd never read. Emma would laugh softly, recommending stories about hope and healing. He never told her who he was, not yet. For the first time in years, he wanted someone to see him, not his wealth. Soon, their connection grew deeper. They'd sit on the bench outside the store after closing, talking about dreams. Emma told him how she wanted to open a library for kids who couldn't afford books. Ryan listened, smiling, thinking how pure her world was compared to his boardroom battles. But every story has a twist. One day, a newspaper headline exposed Ryan's identity. Billionaire CEO seen at local bookstore with mystery woman. Within hours, Emma's quiet life turned into chaos. Paparazzi flooded the street, cameras flashing, people whispering. She felt betrayed. Not because Ryan was rich, but because he hadn't told her the truth. When she confronted him, her voice shook. "Was everything just a game to you, Ryan? Some kind of charity project?" His heart broke hearing that. "No, Emma. You were the first person who didn't want anything from me. I was just scared. Scared that once you knew who I was, you'd see me differently. But hurt runs deep." She walked away, leaving him standing in the rain, the same rain where they first met. Months passed. Ryan focused on work, but every success felt meaningless. He tried calling, writing letters, even sending books with small notes hidden inside, but she never replied. Then one morning, he read a local news article. Small-town bookstore reopens as a free reading space for children. At the end of the article, one line stood out: "Special thanks to an anonymous donor who believed in my dream." Ryan knew it was her. Or maybe she knew it was him. He went to see her one last time. The bookstore looked different, colorful, alive. Children ran around laughing. And there she was, standing behind the counter, smiling as she helped a little girl find her favorite story. When she saw him, silence filled the air. Their eyes met, and for the first time, words weren't needed. He walked toward her, holding out a book, the same one she had given him months ago, The Little Prince. Inside he had written, "You taught me that love isn't about what we own, but who we become when we're loved the right way." She smiled, tears glimmering in her eyes. "Welcome back, Ryan." This time, no cameras, no lies, no walls. Just 2 hearts that had finally found their way home.